Just 48 years after the death of Prophet Muhammad, his grandson Imam Hussain was killed in the Battle of Karbala. Why did this battle happen and why is it so important to Islamic history? The story of Karbala explained. After the fourth Khalifa, Imam Ali, was assassinated in 661, a power vacuum emerged, leading to Muawiya assuming a rule as Caliph. This appeared the opposition from the part of Ummah, who was wanted to Imam Hussain, Ali, son of Ali, who was grandson of Prophet Muhammad as the Caliph. To avoid the further bloodshed after years of conflict, Hassan signed a peace treaty with Muawiya. The Trinity split that Muawiya would not appoint as a successor after him. In the year of 670, Hassan was assassinated, leaving his brother Imam Hussain to take on his duties. The treaty was birthed when Muawiya named his son Yazid his successor in 680. Beginning the Umayyad dynasty, Yazid separated his power through corruption, bribery, and use of violence. To legitimate his rule, Yazid demanded allegiance of Imam Hussain. Hussain refused as Yazid was openly corrupted and known to be brutal. Hussain was forced to flee Medina under the threat imprisonment of assassination. He had received thousands of letters from Iraq, pledged support as an against Yazid. Of his refusal to pay allegiance, he said, "I am ready to fight for the sole goal seeking reform the Ummah of the grandfather, the Prophet Muhammad. I equally join good and forbid evil." Hussain first went to Mecca for Hajj, but then left to avoid the violence, preserve the sanity of the holy city. Hussain departed with his family and companions to Kufa. In response to the threat of rebellions from the Kufians, Yazid dispatched a governor to Kufa to quash dissent. They led the thousands of Kufians withdraw their support under the threat of violence. As they approached Kufa, Hussein's caravan was interrupted by the battalion of the Yazid's army led a man named Hur al-Riyah, a greater army which numbered in the thousands led by Omar bin Saad. Joined him as surrounded Imam Hussein's camp in what is known as Karbala in modern-day Iraq. The army cut off access to the water of Imam Hussain and his family Ahl Bayt, leaving the men, women, and the children to suffer from the days of thirsty Iraq's blistering desert hot. The army demanded allegiance from the Imam Hussain, threatening him with death. Despite the odds, Imam Hussain refused to back down. On the night before the battle, Imam Hussain told his companions that they were free to leave, but they pledged to stand beside him in the face of certain defeat. The following morning, on the 10th of Muharram, known as the day of Ashura, Imam Hussain delivered a powerful speech, reminding the opposition that he will still the grandson of Prophet Muhammad and they will still wish to leave. Moved to Imam Hussein's speech, Hur abandoned Ibn Sa'd army joined Hussein's. The battle concerned with Imam Hussein's 17 odd companions, facing off against an army of what many historians numbers to be 30,000. The companions of Imam Hussain, fought group by group, were martyred on the battlefield. Eventually, Imam Hussain was left with a handful of remaining family members. They too were killed. Imam Hussain, now with no one besides him, pleaded with the enemy forces of water for his 6-month-old baby. The enemy responded by firing a fatal arrow at the infant, Imam Hussain, killing Imam Hussain's children in his arms. Hussain buried the child and bid farewell to the women and children of his camp. His strategy changed into the battlefield, where after fighting valiantly, eventually he fell from the horse. He was surrounded by the enemy of soldiers. The grandson of Prophet Muhammad were brutally attacked from all sides and beheaded. The enemy forces attacked and plundered the possession of the dead bodies, all as well as the camp of Imam Hussein's family. The tents were set ablaze with the woman inside, which is granddaughter of Prophet Muhammad. The family were captured by Yazid's army. Later they prevented Damascus in Syria. The story of Karbala shook the Muslim Ummah as news spread, launching several uprisings across the Muslim empire. Many argue that the Battle of Karbala forever changed the course of Islamic history. The day of Ashura is mourned globally by the millions of Muslims, both Sunni and Shia, to honor the heroic stand of Prophet Muhammad's grandson.